Tootsie Pops that were involved, right?
No, Lonnie's baptism did not involve Tootsie Pops and Pop Rocks.
And look at that smile on her face. By the way, here's what we're talking about. Kids' candy. Jodi seemed to be toying with Juan at times. Susan Constantine, body language expert. The prosecutor making points, but he's yelling in the process. Jodi is remaining cool as a cucumber. Maybe I shouldn't use the cucumber phrase, but she's remaining very cool, let's put it that way, and even manages to kind of crack a couple of jokes and get some one-liners, some zingers in there. Is that helping her, hurting her? What do you make of her body language and her talk?
Well, from the very, very beginning, when she walked out, you could tell her demeanor. She was ready, not as she was ready for a fight, but she was empowered. She was feeling centered. She had already got her mind to the set that she was going to be attacked. So she took on, it was almost as if she already had her bullet jacket on. And when the questions were posed to her, he was hitting those cores, which was causing her to lose control of some of her facial expressions, like we saw this flat AFAC look before. Now she's showing contempt, duping delight when she's seeing this smile and the smirk, these very condescending, coy remarks. All of that now is being exhibited on her facial expressions, and guess who's watching? The jury. But now let's look at the prosecutor. Is he winning points? I think to a certain point, but when you hear that he's pounding each time, there's going to be jurors on there that are very emotional, very kinesthetic. That's not going to resonate with them, but maybe those type A personalities, certainly it will.
See, I think how people perceive all this says more about them. Some people don't want to hear this yelling. Other people find how she's reacting to the yelling to be offensive. On the other side, we're going to debate with our expert panel and take your calls. Let's go to the phone lines quickly. Raymond, Indiana, your question or thought. Raymond.
Yes, Jane. The thing that I noticed is, well, first of all, the trial, she starts talking about how somebody is aggressive with her. She gets all shaky and quivery. And
like a chihuahua.
She was just the opposite. She was even actually kind of cocky when she was being with the prosecuting attorney.
Yeah, well, Susan Constantine, body language expert. Yeah, she testified that when she's berated, as she claims Travis berated her, she starts shaking, and she said, like a chihuahua. Now, she's being berated and yelled at by this prosecutor, but she's cool, calm, and collected.
Exactly. And so that's what's happening, is the two are colliding. So every time when she's speaking, I can tell you, Jane, from experience when watching her, when she says she's fearful, there's no fear. When she says that she's sad, there's no sadness. When she said that she's happy, you don't see happiness. They always collide. The only time I saw her shake was when she was getting ready to get on the stand, and for a moment there, her hands were shaking a little bit, certainly not like a chihuahua.
All right, more debate on the other side, Ed. We're taking your calls as we play more of the astounding testimony and fireworks between this prosecutor and Jodi Arias today.